Just remember, for all you know, good or bad, come what may, you're gonna live tomorrow. If you don't die today, it takes a muscle to fall in love. It takes a muscle to fall in love. It takes a muscle to fall in love.
Bonsoir. Hello Thomas. Thank you for supporting the stream early. And thank you Gijet as well, and Steve Davis, and Jim from Record Collector News, and Giancarlo Benzina, and Klatuba for doing that during the week. Sorry for being a little late. I almost missed it. Hello Becky. Hello Paul. Broilers, Frank, Sean, KS. Thank you Steven for the good words. Thorsten, Driver, Monsieur Hahahihio, Robin. Hey Mats. Hello Raph. Hello Pinapa. Hello Nadine. Hello Steve. Exactly. You get it. Hello No. Hello Radio Gnome. Hello 808. Hello Andrew. TPG and Marcos and Daniel and Jonas. We're starting with a little cover. The original Spectral Display from 82, from their self-titled album Spectral Display, band from the Netherlands. But this is a little cover by Get a Room, French duo of DJs from 2010. Fun little record. And yes, it's been a week, huh? It's been a week since we did this, and it's been one of these weeks. If there's ever been one like that before. For me, certainly not. Hello, Magic Berber. Oh, yeah, no. You're correct. Now it should be quite different. Sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot to plug it in. Yeah, I haven't slept normally in a week since last show. With some family stuff, and I finally got to sleep around 8, and 20 minutes ago I woke up suddenly and like, oh. Hello Frank. Yeah, she kind of is, Paul. One day at a time, but on the men's. Hello Sylvain, Vibrasonic. Hello, hey Joe. Hello, Ivan. Oh my God. So usually, yeah, I like to address the topics with some levity, some side angle. And I guess this is it. Oops. Get a room. It takes a muscle. One of those little singles from back in the DJ days of this you don't play like in a massive club. It's a pop tune. It originally was it was a sort of Europop, synth pop tune. But here we are. Yeah, I did manage to get one afternoon out of the house this week, which led to cross the path of Jonas here. Hello, Vinyl Stockholm, and do some record digging, including the record playing right now. Cheapo, found it at the Goodwill store. So happy about that. I already have 2 records from that artist. Thank you, Vinyl Dreamscape, for leaving a very, very nice tip in the coffee jar already. Merci beaucoup, Sean. Just saw that. Yeah, so I got a few records this week. I got I also still have some from I got last week. And there's this. And then we have to live in this world that seems increasingly antagonistic. Seems like some places that are getting even less chances by the day. But here there's no hierarchy, huh? No hierarchy between the countries. Not much hierarchy between music styles, genre, families, whatever. A little bit, I mean, if you follow it, but not in a redeeming, unredeeming way, or I forgot the word. I'm quite tired. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah. So because of that, why not travel to Iran, Shem Irani? Yeah, Irani. The master of Zarb, this drum that we're hearing now, in this case, he's playing it in duo. It's the one track. So this is in 7 temps. So the time, time signature, not that common in Western music. Salut Francis. Hello Marius. UPS, hein? Oh, great, Daniel. Yeah, well. Yeah, it was. Hey, Christopher. And there you go, Sean, here. If you're wondering what's playing, look up his avatar in the chat, and he might have put a link of the record being played. And if you've been naughty, you might you might also encounter him. Ce soir t'es un peu seul, je crois. Non, il y a Magic Berber qui est de Belgique. Hello Greg. Greg qui parle un peu français aussi. So this is like real Muslim goes, without the drones maybe, but and the weird angular melodies. But maybe we can do something about it. Who knows? maybe we can do a little bit of this. Hello Zalvia, good evening to you. Salut Robin. And Juha Tanskanen. Ooh, the magic of having two turntables, huh? Handgjort album, nice, Christopher. Let people breathe even. Let people decide for themselves, but it's always nice indeed. So we're still with Shemirani. Yes, that's his name. On all records I have of his, he is not named any other fashion, but actually he has a first name. It's Shemirani. Jamshid. Yeah, Jamshid. So he was born in Tehran, 1942, and he's universally known as the master of this drum. And now he's being complemented by the Time Machines. Probably the most David Lynch-esque record ever. And I'm not talking necessarily about the music, but just the object. Time Machine, performed by John Balance, Drew McDowell, and Peter Christopherson. This came out in 1998, I believe. 7, 8. And this is 4 tones, so 4 sides, to facilitate travel through time. And in this case, 7 metaoxy carboline, more commonly known as telepathine, a synthesis drug. Hello, Stefan. You always have to try. I didn't test it before, but usually this, if you get the intuition, it might work. Absolutely. So this record, I mean, there are 5 tracks. I play the one that really speaks to me the most, because the fact that they're playing duo really creates more dynamic. But the rest is pretty good too. It was recorded in 1976, French record, Harmonia Mundi. We were talking and discussing the concept of world music, ethnomusicology. Is this that? Not really. This is music from the world, not from the Western world for sure, but it is also something a little bit. It's just non-Western music, I would say. It does, Steven. Oh. There you go. or not. Hello, Louis. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think I know which band you're talking about. Be prepared. Don't spam as usual. Like one or two joke. Fried egg audio. Abend. I am the DJ. Well, if you can, if you want, but we have some time. I don't know how long I will last tonight. As I said, like I haven't slept much in the past few days since last weekend. I have actually slept almost more in the past 3 hours than during whole week. Ah, pourquoi pas, yeah. Alright, Francis, we'll see about that. Hey, Zeb, tjena. But yeah, the journey tonight might go in a bunch of different directions. We also got some VCLT tonight from friend of the show, Dom, Seeking a Fred, who sent me some really nice stuff. He knew I was after I helped him out finding a record that was proving elusive. Well, Marius, let's go 2 weeks without a single tip, and we'll see how often I have the energy to do that. You might be right. I don't know. I remember when this record was released, I had my rock band from the time, and we had a little studio in a real one though, in a basement, and we sat in the dark there, listening to that album for hours. We hadn't really yet fully understood what Coil was, what it represented, and especially what that record was. As it was kind of not necessarily disappointing when I got it, but I didn't expect a drone record like that. I barely knew what drone was. But it was almost immediately fascinating for sure. I did. Yeah, the tips are basic to help like make the decisions easier to test all these records that I have an intuition might be worth sharing. And here's another record from the Goodwill this week. A record I was actually looking for, so all good, cheap one. Pan flute from Melanesia, volume 2 of the Are people in the Solomon Islands. And these were recorded by Hugo Zemp, which makes a difference. He's one of the lead ethnomusicologues who went around the world to record music from the local traditions. But he was probably the best one at this. He's the Melanesia. He is the one who covered that territory the deepest. And this is part of the Collection Musée de l'Homme, collection of the Humankind Museum in Paris. So, technical realization, Jean Schwartz. And that first track that I played, I absolutely love it. Super cheap record. As these people were got an education how to sociologically be relevant in their recordings of and choosing of these of what to record, they inspired other musicians, more recent ones, including a French guy who I love his material. I think I might have never played any of his records, and I just found one in the wild. They're not all great, and he's super productive, but the ones that are great, well, you will be the judge of it. Yeah, maybe so. There's the one. See? That's how you get in the doghouse, Christopher. Or that you start a band with Francis here. Yeah. And to get better context, this is where it is from. Right above Australia. The Solomon Islands. So for those who might be familiar with him, this is Laurent Jeannot under his Kink Gong, guys. Laurent Jeannot is a sort of self-taught music traveler, documentarist. For years he lived all around Asia, recorded, and then repurposed, edited. And this is one of his earlier records. Yeah, absolutely. He used to work, I believe, at one point a little bit for the French National Radio. So we're listening to Free Hani Pipa, a Hani heterophonic vocal choir, 7 women, 3 men, in Adzai, Yunnan, in China. A collage of 3 Hani recordings, 1 drum and gong performed by 2 women, 2 happy tune, 3 nostalgic tune from Hani heterophonic vocal choir, electronically transformed Chinese classical pipa, 4-string lute. Well, I played William Basinski last stream, Marius, so what are you talking about? Yeah, that's a good way to describe him. I tend to say that his music is a sort of fever dream, ethnomusicology fever dream. Kink Gong, Sean. Voices. I think this is the 4th album of his I have, and what's nice is that when you listen to them, you will. I love some and some that I don't care at all for. So this is not just like a formula. I don't know what you guys think of this, but for me this is wonderful. Since this literally is imaginary folk music from repurposed actual recordings. So this is like an authoristic translation that got sidetracked by the ego of an artist. That would be nice. And here you go. Hello, Fred. Exactly. This is like midze, a table filled with dishes. You're not really sure what you're eating, and you're not really sure how to eat, in which order. Hello, Dom. Already gave you a little shout out for contributing to the next record. Actually, thank you. Oh, thank you, Paul, Breakfast King of Loyola, and A Revenge, and OGC's Greg and Daniel for leaving tips in the coffee jar already. Thank you guys so much. Merci beaucoup. Early start with all the tipping, but really nice. And I needed it. Let's see what I can tell you about what's coming up. The record that I was after for a long time, I think I might have told Dom about it, and then he got it, and I guess it wasn't totally his thing. And it is, how would you say, maybe a patchy record in a way. Like, I got this, there was two tracks that really attracted me to it, but I'm gonna listen to one. An interesting guy, let's put it that way, for sure.
Adventurous, but
hello, Dufal Journey.
The Liverpool experience is hell. It is hell. Take heed and listen, cause I no lie. Me they tell. This concrete jungle them have within. It is corrupt, it is vicious, it is full of sin. I don't love the way things run in. People exist instead of living. Come make I tell you a little of its history. The main event, it was slavery. Them did keep we.
This is Phil Rencho,
to build up their society. You see,
one of the founders of Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Look on the places where we have to
Featured on this compilation, the Zulu compilation. One of the 10 releases or 11 releases that label from Liverpool had. Featuring a track by Frankie. Oh no, yeah, no, I'm mixing it. No, okay, now I see. This is Levi Tafari, of course. Completely. Yeah, it's upside down, the label. Yeah, Levi Tafari from the Ministry of Love.
The bully, I terrorize everybody. The police said them a beast.
One of my favorite tracks on the compilation, not the one I was after this for, but this is pretty cool.
This hell, said the youth man will have to rebel.
Hello, I'm the dead.
You see, man left home cause him woman a born and the picket them a grown. No food.
Yeah, I even did some restoration, if you can see. If you remember.
I mean, man to man is so unjust that another one bites the dust. Every day the people them are because it is getting from bad to worse. So people start to mark fools, fill redemption, but no draws, nothing in at the first division. Pure frustration cause
these drums are awesome indeed, Sylvia.
Play its tricks and enough for them some lunatics. Some of them slick say them eccentric, but Diamond say the whole of them sick. Cause they get a bitch lick, them couldn't deal with it, and it don't work shit. The Liverpool experience is dread. is tough, that dog and all. A ball rough. The situation gets serious because people just can't get enough. So work 9 to 5 to stay alive.
And yeah, this features a Pink Industry track that is exclusive to the compilation. One of my favorite post-punk bands from Liverpool.
The system is telling the same old lie that there is redemption in the sky, but people, it is plain to see.
It's not a super expensive record, but not a $15-20 record. You could find it for that because it's not like it's something that people are actively looking for. Yes. But yeah, 1984, featuring the track Love Has Got a Gun. Essentially, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Let's listen to that after, actually. It's very rudimentary. Exactly. Okay. Well, the thing here is only drums and vocals.
This is the man.
So welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Hello, Eric. Exactly, dear foot Steve. I love Frankie Goes to Hollywood, by the way.
Wish you were here. Dance the beat, move your feet on the street. You were here. Love is on. Wish you were here.
Oh wow, nice. How timely. 40 years ago. Hello, Andreas. Nice to see you. Exactly. It's like a tribal post-punk band, for sure. Thank you, Kofi supporter. That might be Marius. That was it. The earliest incarnation of Frankie Goes to Hollywood recorded, plus some tracks by members of Frankie Goes to Hollywood before they chose that this was going to be their path. Köln, the birthplace of electronic music, for sure. Herbert Eimert, amongst others. Yeah, the voice is impossible to to not identify, I would say. Hello, Nora's Revenge. Oh yeah, I saw that as well. I think Jose was after it. Holly, what are you talking about? Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know. Well, they strike me as an awesome band to do covers of popular songs. Yeah, cheers, Thomas. Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't know him. I'll look it up. On the Dead. 41 is awful. Good one. So this is a little 10-inch from Factory Floor, 2009. Love that track. I've been playing that as a DJ, and not necessarily on big dance floor gigs, but like mixing this together with other stuff. It's really, really cool minimal track that has so much tension. And to me, this is what I wanted, like Chris and Cozy to be. This is what I have in mind when I think of my own fantasy of Chris and Cozy, which turned out to be a sort of premonition since they went on to collaborate. Play loud. And after that, what could be more appropriate than the Beatles, huh? Yes. Not surprised you like that one, Marius. This is a killer little EP. Because it also kind of sounds like Suicide meets Sonic Youth in a weird way. Yeah, actually, I have his album here. I played it a couple of times, I think. This record is so good, Beer Fruit Steve. I absolutely love it. And that cover also. Hello Chris, nice to see you. That track is fire. So Factory Floor is a band that appeared in the second half of the 2000s. I think, if I remember correctly, they're mostly released on Blastverse, Mute, and they're sort of like an industrial, aggro, minimal, post-punk Really cool band, as you can hear. Yeah, we'll see. It is. We're listening to the Takehiko Honda Trio, featuring Takehiko Honda on piano, Hiroshi Murakami on drums, and Eijiro Hagihaha on bass. There you go. This is 1968 Jazz in Tokyo, Volume 1 and 2. We're gonna also visit more free jazz parts of this eventually, but this is this had been a grail for such a long time. Not for this track, but I thought it would be fun to play this now. Of course it's class. When you've got great jazz musicians, jazz ad-libbing on the Beatles, come on. Eh oui, of course he did. The bass, it's a good take. Oh, that Gramson Lewis album, I played it earlier last year, about a year ago, I guess. It's a killer album from start to end. Yeah, no, this is great. If you look at the link that Sean is providing here, that record, there's quite a few people after it, and it hasn't been offered for sale in quite a while. So getting this last week was such a final achievement. See you later, Dom. Good point, Sean. First hour, about to get into its fast. Run. Give the stream a thumbs up. Give the stream a comment if you're watching this whenever and you have something to share, something to observe, something to object. And if you like this and want to support the stream, tip your DJ of the night if you haven't already, just follow the link in the description of the video. That is so instrumental in this happening every week. And also very appreciated, yeah. But just think about it though. 1969, you're at a jazz festival in Tokyo, and one of the bands starts to do a fucking long jam, Beatles jam. Is there one available? Oh, okay. There hadn't been any in years, so okay. I bet it's not a cheap one then. I don't see any available. Last time it sold on Discogs was 2016, it says. Yeah, exactly. Salut Mido, Gis, Kali, Deli, Lily. So who says you can't play the Beatles, huh? Just have to be smart. Hey William. I think we're good. You know, I have this theory that if you start a channel, if you start streaming music on the channel and you start straight up with only like super popular stuff like Beatles, then you get in trouble. But if you wash it out, if you dilute it through hundreds of songs that are way less on the radar, they're still on the radar, but not on the same level. The algorithm probably does a sort of, he does the math, and it's not it is about statistics probably a little bit. So what could be we're listening to now, huh? Yeah. So last week I played a 10-inch from Okora, from 62 I believe, and this is the expanded version reissue from 1971. Musique Bissa de Haute Volta. Yeah, Charles Duvel. This is a duo of Senzas. The Bissa lute guitar, and this is just absolutely wonderful. I found this in Stockholm, so that was also a treat. Yeah. Beatles from Japan was also the world music stagger. Jamie Muir. I love how you can hear in the background the people talking, kind of humming. Thank you, Daniel. Well, I think we share that. Do that, Paul. The paradigm might have shifted, or might in the future. Thank you, PPG, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. And yes, I remember you at Den Bosch last year. I'll see you in April probably then. Salut Chris, bienvenue. Yeah, It's not an easy one to find though. There's not that many copies of it, unfortunately. Again, Jazz in Tokyo, 1969. Now we're listening to the Masahiko Sato Trio +1, which means Masahiko Sato on piano, Masahiko Togashi on drums, Yasuo Arakawa on the bass, and Akira Miyazawa here as the +1 on tenor. I mean, Masahiko Sato is one of my favorite pianists in jazz, and Masahiko Togashi on drums, like, he's in the top 5 drummers in jazz as far as I'm concerned, so yeah. What I love about this as well is, so this was a music festival in Tokyo, jazz music festival, and they only had jazz musicians. By the way, the cover is textured with all sorts of different inks. It's a beautiful object. So it's the same one that had the Beatles cover we just played. Tjena Patrik! Har du kollat på San Antonio versus Packers i Paris häromdagen? Fy fan vad bra! Exactly, Daniel. Let's talk. Ah, okay. You know what? I'm not a monk guy either, Chris. I don't care for Thelonious Monk personally, which is fine. I mean, he's great, but it's not for me. And my favorite jazz musician, Steve Lacy, is the biggest disciple of Monk in terms of music and musical philosophy. Yeah. Kolla på den. De spelar igen imorgon i Paris. Revanche every year. Marius, there is only one copy of that, one edition of that on vinyl. Hello, Nick. Next record is a record I discussed recently with a friend of the stream and friend of everybody, since he's such a nice guy. He sent me a message yesterday, I think, and weirdly enough, I had a dream last night. The few hours I got to sleep, I dreamt of a conversation I was having with Tom Réchion, who next record, he has nothing to do with it apart from the fact that that was his favorite record of 2024. Great record, and I hadn't played it, so I thought, okay, that's time. Oh, so you found the CD, Marius, I believe. But yeah, I would say that Masahiko Togashi and Co, they are some of the wildest jazz musicians of Japan. But here, in a more settled, I mean, they're headlining in probably the biggest jazz event in Tokyo of the year, so they didn't go full terrorist as they could have, which is interesting considering, remembering that the most avant-garde free, that drumming, oof. Well, they have the basics. Nope, Zeb, I don't really buy music books anymore. Haven't done that for quite some time. Yeah, that will happen when it happens, Patrick. It will be, I guess it will be a sort of milestone, but like, I like the fact that it takes the time it does. Ender's Revenge, I would say listen to it before. This is a live performance, a live ceremony of sorts. I bought it when it was originally released on a CD as only, and I believe this is the one. Yeah, I didn't buy the vinyl version of it. I love it though, for more personal reasons than musical ones. I used to do a French blog called Circulating Library, translated in French, La Librairie Circulaire. So not even a good translation, but intentionally so. Yeah, I think that the LP of that, Marius, 350, and it would go. Oh, no. I love any sort of progression, but I'm also aware of what I'm doing, Patrick. I'm not expecting people to come here by the hundreds every week and to stay there, because that's the most important thing, is that you engage. And sure, like during our little Friday gatherings, we get around like 400 or 500 people, and by the next one there's like twice, 3 times as many who have listened to the stream. That's how it goes. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, that Masahiko Togashi, what can I add? Like, he's the Robert Wyatt of jazz, by the way, if we want to say that, or the Def Leppard of jazz. Yeah, he was in a wheelchair. He did quite a few recordings with Steve Lacy when he traveled in Europe, and when Steve Lacy traveled to Japan. Hello, John. I'm with you too. Yeah, I play this. This is not often you will hear this. I mean, I think there's a YouTube rip of the whole set, but salut Billy Bob. This is the Masahiko Sato trio featuring Masahiko Togashi, Yasuo Arakawa on bass, and here Akira Miyazawa back on tenor saxophone. Woo! This is such a monk move though, this. And now, as promised, Mr. Tom Rachio of Los Angeles Free Music Society and many other things, favorite record of 2024. It is one of the best records of last year, according to me as well. But I don't know where I would put it in the 100 best records of 2024. Hello, Nate. This is a slow build, by the way.
So many, and the action of the thing so inevitable that I had to admit the possibility of fate being behind the whole freaking game. And anyway, I had begun to glimpse one woman to all the women, like a wheel seemed stopped, they're still revolving.
Justin. Hello, Auguste. Nice to see you. Cheeky, huh? So this is Anthony Moore, Mare's Tale, from the film by David Larcher. This was released on a Paradigm disc. Mare's Tale was the first film made by David Larcher. It was completed in 1969. The recordings here use a mix of excerpts taken directly from the 16mm film soundtrack, plus other recordings that were supplied during the making of this film. There's a long interview, an essay on three reflections on Mare's Tale. Here's what Anthony had to say about this. I lost my way with painting in Newcastle, winter 1968. Tracked north to Edinburgh, then west to Oban and the Inner Hebrides. Ended up on the tiny island of Iona, fixing fences for my keep at the monastery. There were only 4 of us there, the padre, the cook, maintenance guy, and myself. It was a missionary order with members scattered around the world. I slept in the cold embrace of a cell amongst empty cells in an inner cloister. I recalled an Epstein sculpture. not the same Epstein. On the late night of a wide Atlantic weather in January came a pounding on the great wooden door. It was Larcher, the guy who did the movie, soaked and seeking shelter. He stayed for a few days. I showed him a clumsy lute I'd put together in the woodwork shop, where we drilled wood for flutes that only hissed like snakes when we tried to play them. Finally resorting to the reedy pump organ in the chapel for our music of last resort. He took off, I stayed. Later in spring I got a call, come to London, I need music for a film I'm making called Mare's Tale. I left St. Columbia's Island with a couple of glassy green stones to protect me from drowning, and traveled south. David was living and working, yards and yards of home-processed 16mm film hanging outside in the garden to dry, in a huge empty house in Kew, provided by the art collector Alan Power. The Living Theatre peeled in from New York, adding to the mayhem, though not to the film. Alan having offered them somewhere to stay. He was financing Mare's Tale and would later go on to support David's epic road movie Monkey's Birthday. Also with my soundtrack, he supported. It was in Kew, K-E-U, that I first encountered the possibility of music making with multiple tape recorders, secondhand, partly working, dubious servos, but instantaneously fascinating. And with these machines I found my way again. Yes. Yeah, I do that from time to time. My English becomes hopefully a little better when I read than when I talk. It's beautiful pressing, by the way, as well.
Basic tradition. The refined and unrefined concepts. Side by side, or side by side. Oh, well, wait a second, let's get up to because I have to go down. I would like to see John in the morning. Yeah, I said
So yes, this is, of course, it's the soundtrack to a movie. But listening to this by itself like that on the record, this is definitely what I call cinema for the ear. It's a cheap record so far, yeah. Exactly. Next is a record I've been aware of that for 25 years. And thankfully it stayed somewhat cheap. And as I was virtually record digging at a record fair in Brussels with Magic Berber, as he was with the phone and going through the boxes, my eyes jumped and I said, stop. And here it is. Just in a few moments. Yeah, that's true. I see that. So a little change because of Thomas. And again, these ongoing discussions that we're having at all the places about like how expensive new records are getting. Well, again, this was released last year. You can get it for around 25 bucks. I think it was the release price, maybe a little less. I'm not really sure. I remember correctly. I got this from Discogs for 14, I think, brand new. And as Sean was pointing out, only 500 copies of this. Zeb, you can't have too much. I have 4 Henrico albums, including a live one, and there's actually one Henrico album I don't like, so I don't have it. Yeah. I try to balance that a little bit, which kind of puts me in sort of predetermined position. Here, no rules. And of course, Marius like this. Exactly. So this was released on Mordant record. This is a split EP between Mordant Music and, well, Shackleton. This is a fairly old Shackleton tune. Mordant is a very interesting UK label. Yeah, so this is Eldin Part 1 by Shackleton from 2008. Came out only on the 10-inch format. You can probably get it for $5. This is dirt cheap record, as Justin was requesting. So yeah, it's only a generic 10-inch sleeve of the label. Mordant Music, but this is Shackleton. If you look Mordant, and Shackleton on the Discogs, you will end up finding it. And Sean might just be giving you a shortcut in a second or two. But yes, this is definitely some of the, not the earliest Shackleton, but this is the beginning. He was he still setting up his label? Maybe. Skull Disco. Because I thought the earliest Shackleton was 2005. Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, I guess this is the first thing he did after Skull Disco. Exactly. Yeah, some Murkoff is amazing, I agree. No, this one did not from you. I had lined up a record from you, Magic Berber, but someone reminded me that we were about to approach disco time. This is not the most flashy disco, but compared to what we had just been listening, this is a take on disco time. It's interesting you see it that way, Billy Bob and Chris. This is like if the North Pole was in the desert. White camels. Yeah, I was going right before the stream. As I was already being late, I was going through a little stash of 10 inches. I thought, oh yeah, I haven't listened to that in quite a while. I love the DG dub bass there. Music for Marius sound system. Exactly. Hello, Ultra Drums. Nice to see you. Good. We try to break the mold. Good for you, Daniel. Enjoy that. And see you soon. But the next record then, the one I thought I was about to play, featuring quite a few people, including Ennio Morricone. Oh, the queuing was not the best. And this is a cheap record. I think there might be 2 pressings of it from the same time. It's a record that could be expensive, but for some reason, the label, the distribution, the pressing, and it not meeting an audience, the timing then. It's something you can still find for, let's see. This is from 1975. Yeah, you can get it for so cheap. It's incredible. And yes, Italian release. 2 pressings from 1975 plus a promo version. 3 tracks, quite different from each other. The first track is way more jazz than this, like almost straight up jazz at moments, at parts, and it's good. But I thought I'd play this one. And this is Luis Bacalov featuring Gato Barbieri on saxophone. Tenor saxophone, voices, instrumental group, strings, and magnetic tape. You got the great Giovanni Tommaso, Giancarlo Ciarfini, Sissi Santucci, Gianpiero Ricci, Antonio Russo, yeah, Ennio Morricone, Luis Bacalov, Francesco Battimelli, and a bunch of others I'm not that familiar with. You got some liner notes by Luciano Berio. In the history of music of the last decades, a tendency has made its way from the world of sophisticated and cultivated music to the world of a more simple and spontaneous one. That is the tendency to musical pluralism, to the combination of different modes and techniques, to the search for a possible point of encounter between musical discourses and different nature of origin. It is in this perspective, certainly not the only one, that we can listen to much of the music of this century. For example, Charles Ives. It is above all in this perspective that we listen to the Beatles again, huh? And now shall listen to Luis Bacalov in his voyage through echoes of different musics and voices, through old and new instruments and techniques, through nostalgia and maybe painful memories presented in a lucid and intense manner. Fair? No, it doesn't. Hello, G MacG. Hello, Christopher. Yeah. I see you got a little message from Sean. Good one, Chris. Yeah. G, well, how do we bring someone to this? Well, wait for the playfulness that is starting to emerge here. But yeah, this is not background music. This is obviously music that craves or that demands your attention. But see how the blues finally got its way here. So I find this extremely playful. But again, as I often say, you don't need to understand the ideas and intentions behind the music. It adds, obviously, a lot of dimension. But if you can only connect on a very basic level, just sounds. Because sometimes we like to say or pretend that music is about mathematics, culture. No, it's musicians deal with sound, listening to sound, how sound lives or moves in our physical environment. Sure, I mean, if you're listening to Bach, Mozart, math comes into the equation. But that's only one tiny moment in human history. Human history's interaction with sound and music, which is amazing, but yeah. And I would say that from my experience, being together with someone who has exactly the same music taste as you is not necessarily, I mean, it can be good, but think about it. I often think anyways that one of the greatest qualities to have in life, to enjoy life, is to be both social, but also to have an aptitude for solitude. An aptitude for solitude. I should work in advertising, and I did. Yeah. Embracing the moment of companionship, but also not needing anyone to connect with your inner worth, inner richness. Hope that makes sense. The shoes collection, huh? Well, we are beings. Now let's delve into a whole different kind of beauty. Pure drone music now. Of the absolutely most intense kind. Harmonies birthed from tones with no attack. Hello Kaylee, nice to see you. An aptitude for solitude, that kind of part of that means a lack of need for validation. I mean, we all need validation at one point or another. But in your entertainment, in your cultural life, if you don't need validation from the others, well, that's something pretty useful. Hello, Pat. Well, I'm keeping it as well a little bit, huh? No, not Radig. But yeah, it's already begun. One of these wonderful 10 inches by Hafler Trio. The Hafler Trio. In this case, a house waiting for its master. This is the kind of music that at one point you get so deep into it that for me this is the most natural kind of music. When I hear that, I'm like, this is pure bliss. And then you're confronted with the harsh reality of people thinking, this is weird, this is what is this? And that's when the aptitude for solitude comes in very handy. Oh, there you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the music that gives me almost instant goosebumps, because the harmonies here are so beautiful and so rich in such a direct and simple fashion. This is one of these you can still kind of find at a normal price online. that's a good. That's a nice way to look at it. Yeah. I think August Mackay here is upon something extremely primal about drum music. Connects us to the basics of life. Well, the Hafler Trio, which is a one-man band that started as a duo, or actually it started as a trio, a fake trio, but Chris Watson, when he left Cabaret Voltaire, was part of that adventure. I think that the main guy from Hafler Trio moved to Iceland in the 90s. He got quite sick and was stuck there. And he started to release a lot of music in the late 90s, early 2000s, basically to finance his life, his health, which is exactly what musicians should get. And he is an odd guy. He presents himself as a professor or a doctor. There is some kind of there's a storytelling aspect behind a character behind the music here. It's actually it's interesting you ask me that, because it's someone I don't want to investigate too much. I like to keep some of the mystique. He created some of it somewhat clumsily maybe, or naively in the early 80s, even though back then, like, what was, could you really say it was cliché? I'm not sure, but wow, this is good pressing. Yeah. Oh, for how long? Let's see. Is it still there? Both sides are great, by the way. Okay, still one copy. But yeah, the cover is not in the best shape. There was another one earlier I saw. Next record is something more truly experimental in nature. Not necessarily better, but it's a record I was aware of just because of it being experimental electronic music from Belgium, in this case, northern Belgium. And with Magic Berber, we found a copy of that at a price I could live with to basically discover what it was. Because there's no... I don't think you can find the music online of this. It's one of these, like... sort of choreography. The cover is not in the best shape, as you can see here. But it is so rare that, like, and the record is in good enough condition that I thought, like, yeah, let's go for this. There's always a bird. There's always a morning bird. Salut Florian. Well, you said it, Marcos. Approaching the 2 hour. The 2 hours of this stream, yeah. This is when maybe I remind you that, like, it's always nice to leave a thumbs up. It's always appreciated to leave a comment in the comment section if you're watching this, whenever you're watching this. And well, if you really like it tonight, and if you want to support and tip your DJ of the night, there's always the links in the description of the video to to tip your DJ of the night and help this to happen every week with new added influx, like growing shelves and growing perspectives and growing options. So much words, huh? So many words. Let's see if someone is touched by these words. Where Raf and Marcos, I had missed that, had already left some nice little tips in the coffee jar already. Merci les amis. Marcos here, SND, and Raf Kozak. But everyone else, even if you're not watching this live, which rarely happens, it's always possible to leave the tip as well and to be acknowledged the next week. So yeah, this is, as you can hear, this is an experiment with sounds and with electronics. There is some composition. You can hear that the composer probably is coming from jazz, has some jazz background. But it is more like it's not a Moog record, but it's closer to that than a long form piece. There's like, who says they're not cool anymore, huh, Sylvia? I think I might know what you're talking about. Hey, son, Johan. For those who don't know, Värmdö is the sort of district where I live in, on the east insular side of Stockholm. This is the kind of music, obviously, Midbeat Manifesto loves that kind of stuff. It's actually pretty cool, I would say. You know what, John? That's kind of true for me as well. You did, Raph. Gigging with you is pretty nice too. Magic Berber has some of the best patience I've seen. Hello, Nightmare. Now, where is this coming from? When and where? alone here, and definitely not nice. Oh, okay, I don't have the book and the media. Wow. Oh, I have the record, but I don't have the book and the Dream Machine. You hear me sometimes, but you don't notice. So this is from Hungary. An album from Pianos from 1918, and it goes in all sorts of directions. I'll let it play a little more, but here he is. Oh, and the naked woman, of course. Yeah, I think hearing that, a lot of people will feel the same. Yeah, that was Heffler Trio right before. No, that was the. Sorry, and on this one, Sean didn't give you the. Yeah, this is music by Jacques Aubert. Catalog number Count 1. Jacques Aubert for that 7-inch weirdness that was probably the soundtrack to a ballet or something. But yeah, Hungarian Calypso from the late 80s, that's a must-have, isn't it? And here it is. Yeah, if someone was saying earlier that some tracks deserves a coffee, a tip, I guess this record does, doesn't it? And thank you, John Levinson, for indeed providing that. Merci, John. Getting very close to my goal tonight, actually, so that's good. Cheers, Sean. Marius. Yeah, that record is. It's one of these, you know, as we say in French, inclassable. Doesn't fit anywhere. So this came out on the Hungarian pop label. And I think there's a reissue of that. Maybe on that British label. What is it again? The name escapes me. The guy is a very nice guy. Andy Vodal, his label. Oh, Stefan, yeah, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, sometimes I don't. Yeah, my notice on my phone are turned off today, so let me just check that. Ooh. So yes, indeed. Thank you for reminding me, Stefan, for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Merci beaucoup. Early tip as well. Oh, and I see Greg as well. Left one. OGCs. Merci beaucoup, OGCs. Yeah, that record is crazy, isn't it? Yeah, but that's the longest track. So let's go somewhere else now. Also very odd and very exciting. But actually, let's live this a little bit now that it's rocking. Yeah, Finders Keepers. Thank you, Sean. It's a decent pressing. It came with a lot of static, so I wet played it a little bit. You know when you got a record that sounds crackly and all staticky, just wet play it to see the actual potential if you were to successfully clean it. I know this is a little bit controversial, but yeah. Yeah, I checked. This guy has done some more, but this is by far the coolest record he's done by a margin. If you only knew. I think that I should do a stream, like a discussion stream, maybe next weekend. With Sherv, Steve Carlson, Alex, where we were going to talk about world music, ethnomusicology, and all that. We'll see about that. Thank you for vindicating me, Stefan. Now here's a record I've been after for a long time that I just got for an amazing price. I think a record is totally under the radar. This is a soundtrack, by the way. It's funny when you have that segment in the VC of original soundtrack collectors. In quite a few, and in quite a few ways, I am part of that, but I feel so alien when I see what people look for in movie soundtracks. Especially when I turn up with stuff like this. Voci intorno all'uomo, Domenico Guacchero and Giuseppe Mazzucca. Quite some, and who knows. Thank you, Eric. Have a nice walk. Talk soon. I got this for $30 from a shop in, I believe it was in Spain. It was very dirty, had a lot of writing everywhere, and I managed to get most of it away. That record is a trip, but that track alone is a trip in itself. Hello, Dove. Sorry about that, but no, I guess not sorry. We still have a couple of tracks in the stream, I guess. Hello, North Scenic Route. Cheers. I'm glad you like it. And I hope you get to enjoy a little bit of the back and forth with everyone there. You guys are telling me that you're living, huh? Because I'm not gone yet. I should maybe, but... And what a cool cover as well, huh? Typical Italian record from the early 70s. I believe this is from the early 70s, right? Oh, 75, okay. Så för dem som vill höra mig prata på svenska, nu pratar jag med Patrik här. Ja. Oh, played, not to a movie, okay. Because it's got all these images. So, who knew? Who knows? But you know, Magic Barbell. Always a little track like that to make sure Marius here is still here. There's some more jazzy parts in that soundtrack and some more like pure avant-garde electronic parts. That track was kind of all over the place. So I like it. So is it a movie? Is it a play? A film play maybe? Who knows? This is Teeth. Swarm. We're listening to the track called Frequencies. It's Finnish music from 2011. So this is like post-dubstep. This is 140, so it's not directly techno, it's bass music. But yeah, I love the angular drums there. It's a 2-part EP. That one is the good one. The other one is not as cool as this one. I'm sure Croydon is quite happy with this. But it's true that now we're getting closer to the end of this stream. We're gonna actually end up with 1 or 2 tracks from the same record, one of the best records of 2024 in my opinion. A record I've been waiting for a long time. It took so much time to arrive. I've been anticipating enjoying it so much. So in a moment, one of my best picks of last year, but let's enjoy some disco time. See how this is almost like a guitar riff in the back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, of course, we have some DNA with Drexia everywhere that we dance. But yeah, this is a guy from Finland. Matti Pentikainen. And this came out on Ramp Records, British label, dubstep label. A little flute there. Oh, no, this is a good track. Huh? This is a timeless track, actually. It's funny you guys mentioned Jangle because obviously it's there. But for me, this wouldn't exist. This is straight out of dubstep. This is basically dubstep people realizing that, okay, we want to make a living and we want to party in the dance club, on the dance floor. Yeah, so that was part of this little dive into a little pile of 10 inches stuck up there, tucked up there. So yeah, now this record, this fabulous record from last year, from someone who's been making music for decades now, and who's becoming increasingly interesting, in my opinion. Someone I've played a couple of his records before that really impressed me, and this is the latest solo, Michel Banabila. Unspeakable Visions on one of the greatest label from Belgium, or no, the Netherlands. Knikkelhuis. Well, this is an artist. I mean, this is Michel Banabila is from the Netherlands, from Rotterdam. This doesn't sound like Rotterdam, but it is. And I figured this is a good send-off for all of us, isn't it? So there was a lot to see this week, to hear that doesn't give much confidence in the future, I guess. Hopefully we had a couple of hours, 2 hours and a half here, where it's not about forgetting about it all, huh? Just remembering. It's about remembering perspectives. Wait, he was a soccer player as well, Patrick? I'm not sure about that, but it would be awesome if he was. Hello, Roberto Carlos. Hello, Firsty. Yeah, Eco Transformations. It's an amazing album. The whole album is great, and goes in different directions. But I thought that would be a good track to send off the stream. So yeah, I hope you liked this whole stream. I'm more happy. I mean, I had a tough week, and I didn't know how much I would enjoy the flow tonight. I really did. So I hope I conveyed some of that, and that the music spoke for itself as well. So we'll meet again. Until then, you can always leave the thumbs ups. I know it's annoying me repeating these things, but come on. But you can also, leave me comments in the comment section of the video, even you guys who are here already, if you have something you want to point out, something you want to direct me towards. And very soon I'll play you the winner of the Christmas contest of the suggestions, actually. How that comment section became very, very, very useful. And also, again, if you like the stream tonight, if you got some records that, oh, I need this, or if you just want to support the stream and enjoy the ride, you can always leave a tip to support the stream in the Ko-fi jar, the link in the description of the video, as quite a few tonight have done. Greg, Stephen from Croydon, who else? Let's see. John Levinson, Marcos, SND, Seeker, Raf Kozak, PPG, Marius, I believe, Daniel, A Revenge, Paul Breakfast, King of Loyola, Sean the Vinyl Dreamscape, Gidget, Thomas, and also some people have some monthly deposits on top of what they usually leave, like Jim from Record Collectors News, Steve Davis, Giancarlo Benzina, and Klatubar left some tipping during the week. Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a nice evening, day, weekend, and we'll hope for a good year as well, because why not? Bye bye. Bye bye, bye bye. Percy, you should come to the Sunday French stream on our French channel, Discourse et du Pif, Records and Booze. Salut Francis. Salut Mister Josh. Tschüss, diverse dire. Full disclosure, this is not my favorite track on the album. It's nice, but it's also a little bit on the nose for me. It's the one track, but it's still not the worst thing ever. No, Patrick, it's det är snickarborden typ. Cheers. Thank you for noticing Bob. Bob is always there. Bye bye.